In this video, I will dive into evidence. Evidence is the part of the outcome statement where you can submit documentation and sources that verifies the change, as well as the contribution of your project towards the change. When we talk about evidence, it's linked to credibility. And one of the criticisms towards outcome harvesting is that the people who are the harvesters are the ones who are involved in harvesting the outcomes. However, the counter argument is that it's important to have people internally who are knowledgeable about the changes to harvest the outcomes, because these are the people who are engaged with the activities, with the project on the day-to-day level. So they know the context and they observe the changes as they happen. Also, they give an initial authenticity, confidence, and credibility to the information that is harvested. And this also allows for outcome harvesting to be a very participatory and bottom-up approach. But for the reason of credibility, the documentation and the sources, the evidence is important to make sure that the outcomes are strong. So in terms of evidence, it's any key material that exists that can show that the change has really happened. And this should be very apparent also to an outsider who was absent at the moment the change took place, so that it can be verified by external people. And the two elements that is important to verify is one, whether the outcome, the change really happened, and also whether your claim to contribution is justified or credible. So it's important to start from the beginning of the project to collect the evidence, because the evidence is what's going to be submitted together with the outcome. And sometimes you might need evidence from before the time of writing the outcome statement. So if you start developing the habit of creating, documenting any changes, any activities, then this will also help and improve the quality of the outcome statement. So what type of information and documents can you collect as evidence? External documents can be reports, emails, letters, policies. It can be Parliament's resolution, newspaper clippings, web pages, voice messages, screenshot of WhatsApp messages or Teams chat, etc. So it's really only the imagination that sets the limits here. And for the internal document, it can be press releases, reports, pictures, logging meeting, tracking sheets, etc. So as you see here, you can use a lot of different type of sources as evidence. So even voice messages in WhatsApp can be serving as evidence. So if you keep track in which conversations important messages are posted by whom and which date, this can also be submitted as a part of the evidence. So now that you know that evidence will be asked for in an outcome statement, you can anticipate this and really make sure to keep and store the good material and creating pictures and screenshots that later can serve as evidence.